We're up to Kohelet. פרק ז', פסוק ג'. טוב כעס משחוק, כי ברוע פנים ייטב לב. What does it mean? אומר רש"י, טוב כעס משחוק. It's better anger and worries than צחוק, than laugh. מה זה? אומר רש"י, מי שרודפת מידת הדין אחריו. You hear this? If somebody says, Hashem Yishmor, midat hadin is chasing after him. Al yitzta'el. Al yitzta'el. Don't be upset. Don't be sad. You know why? Because it's something good for you. Why? אומר רש"י, טוב היה להם לדור המבול. אם הראה הקדוש ברוך הוא פנים זועמות על עבירות שבידם. היה יותר טוב, היה עדיף, that Hashem would show the generation of Noah, Dor Mabul, Panim Zo'amot, an angry face, Misahok Shesahak Imahem. What does that mean? Hazal tell us, Yesh Pasuk, V'Iyov, that describes the lifestyle of the people of Dor HaMabul, how they lived. כתוב בספר איוב כך, זרעם נכון לפניהם עמם, וצאצאיהם לעיניהם, בתיהם שלום מפחד, ולא שבט אלוה עליהם. Omer Yov, he describes how people live in that generation. Number one, Yaldu Benekal. They gave birth so easy. Blitza'ar, with no pain. Being pregnant and giving birth was a pleasure, was pleasant, was easy. Velo metu tzeitzaihem b'chayehem le'enehem. No parent ever bury a child. You know what does it mean? No parent buried a child. Minhaga olam, that the children bury the parents, not the other way around. So that they got this plus. Nobody buried his own children. Yashvu lahem bebatehem beshalom mipachad milchama. They lived in peace. There was no war. Just think what we go through every day. But just the news gets us nuts. The news. Forget about the people who live there, the war, what they go through, the pain. It's for generations. You know, Holocaust survivors and the children, and today they even say the grandchildren have scars. The grandchildren, they have scars. 70 years ago till today, see the outcome. So now let's think for 1 second. מה כתוב לנו פה? says here, שישבו בבתיהם בשלום מפחד. They lived in peace. They had no worries, no war. ילדיהם ועולליהם, the children and kids and babies, they grew up בלי צער. No tsa'ar, no pain, klum. How was your childhood? Beautiful memories. How was your teenager? The best. What happened once you turn 18, 20? I saw the big world. Beautiful. לכל כלי זמר בילו בטוב ימיהם. All the life. Music. צריכים לשמוע מוזיקה. Every other night, different type of music. Go to this friend, to this neighbor, to this uncle. כל החיים היה ששון ושמחה. מקניהם מתו מתקלה, even their animals. When time was up, take easy. They were buried בכבוד ונחת. Even to get buried. You gotta be fortunate to be buried. Even after a long life and a beautiful life, I don't know, Hashem even gave them a beautiful end. They were buried benahat. And because of that lifestyle, kafru v'mardu b'kadosh baruch hu, they rebelled against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And at the end, the flood came and wiped the entire world. Hakol halach. Omer Shlomo HaMelech, tov ka'as, היה עדיף שהקדוש ברוך הוא would show them panim of anger, then laugh, then smile. Do you know why? כי ברוע panim, when you show a person a רוע panim, an angry face, at the end, yitab lev, it's going to give you joy. Are we getting what he says over here? Sometimes when life is so beautiful, maybe it's dangerous. Maybe it's not good. And the opposite, when you see things in life, they go a little rough. Omer Shlomo, take it. Hashem is talking to you. Hashem is not texting you. He's talking to you direct. And he wants you to know, I'm here. Wake up, become better. And you see, B'ezrat Hashem, at the end, it was worth it. So this type of relationship, Omer Rashi, Mi sherodefet midat adin haram. Do you know what's a rodefet? You're seeing things in your life bad. The rodef is chasing after you, one after another, one after another. It's scary. And you might think, whoa, it's going to happen. Omer Shlomo, that's good. It's a wake-up call. Wake up. He's talking to you, but he's talking to you now. He doesn't want to talk to you later, because once it's going to be late, it's going to be too late. Now look what happened. והוא ממשיך והוא אומר, let's see the end of Rashi. טוב היה לאדוניהו אם עיצבו אביו על כל עבירה שהיה עושה. David HaMelech had a few children. One of them was Adoniyahu. When David became old, and he was very close to the age of 70, יש לכם חומש? Can I get one, please? And we should also open כדאי, בוא נפתח. יש הפטרה, we could see the הפטרה, Um, yeah. הפטרת חיי שרה. On page 69. My dear Isaac on my left. Yeah, two Isaacs already. Isaac on my left. You want to read the Haftarah on the bottom? It says, "Va'amelech David Zaken." The Haftarah, page 69. First, Va'amelech David.
המלך דוד זקן בא בימים, ויחסהו בבגדים לא יחמו.
It says, "Va'amelech David Zaken בא בימים, ויכסוהו בבגדים ולא יחמו." So David the Melech is pretty old. He's getting to age 70, which is about to die very soon. פסוק ה', אריאל.
ואדוניה בן חגית בנשא לאמור, אני אמלוך ויעש לו רכב ופרשים, 50 איש רצים לפניו.
ואדוניה בן חגית מתנשא לאמור. David's son, Mr. Adoniah, he decided that he should be the king after his father. But he's not going to wait for his father to die. Just do it now when he's still alive. Guess what? Put your foot down when my father is alive. So I'll take over the kingdom and I'll be the next kingdom after my father. Who said that? Adoniah. So he doesn't just think, he takes action. Katuv, he had people to run before him like every other king, and he got people from his father's army and advisors. And in Pasuk Tet, Marco Bechabot Pasuk Tet,
ויזבח אדוניהו צאן ובקר ומריד עם עין אבן הזוחלת אשר אצל עין דובר ויקרא את כל אחיו בני המלך וכל אנשי יהודה עבדי המלך.
So what he did, he threw a huge party and he invited his stepbrothers and the people of Shevet Yehuda, and they announced that Adoniyahu is the king. Yahya Melech, Yahya Melech. He did not invite Shlomo, his brother, and he did not invite Natan Hanavi and Benayahu. Let them stay out. He took the right people for him, what he thought that's the right thing to do, and he announced that he is the king. Make a long story short, he came to David, he told Natan Hanavi and Bathsheba came to David, and he told him the story, and Bathsheba told David, you promised me that my son, Shlomo, he'll be the king after you. Then why Adoniah is the king? Now, she didn't want her son to be a king because she wanted a power. It was just to prove that she and David are innocent with the story of Bathsheba. That's the only thing why she wanted Shlomo to get the position, not because of she wants this king, was irrelevant. But she asked David, you promised me that. And sure enough, Shlomo became the king while David was alive. And a message was sent out to Adoniah, step out. Move away so you don't get yourself into troubles. But David HaMelech passed away. Adoniah was warned by Shlomo out. And he came to Shlomo and he asked him for a certain wife to marry. which that act shows that he rebelled against the king. And at the end of Adoniah was that he got killed. Adoniah got killed because he rebelled against the king. So he did a move that he paid a very, very heavy price. And he got killed. Melech put an order. Why was Adoniah killed? Do you know why? There is one line in the Hatorah, Pasuk Vav. Isaac, you want to read Pasuk Vav?
ולא עצבו אביו מימיו לאמור, מדוע ככה עשית, וגם הוא
Stop.
חוב.
That's it. ולא עצבו אביו מימיו, because his father David, I'm on page 69 in Steve, למטה, פסוק ו'. ולא עצבו אביו מימיו, his father David never made him upset, עצוב. He never rebuked him. He never told him, מדוע ככה עשית? Why do you do that? He never told him. אומר שלמה, my father David, לא עצבו. He didn't rebuke him. He didn't give it to him. He didn't ask him why. He just let him go the way he was. And what happened? And at the end, he got killed. If my father, אומר שלמה, היה מראה לו פנים עצובות, if my father would show him פנים של כעס, an angry face, why? למה אתה עושה ככה? He wouldn't end up getting killed. So do you know why he got killed? Because Dad, Abba, lo ka'as alav. So what's the message? The message is sometimes if you have to be angry, if you have to give tochaha, if you have to give musar to your child, do it. No, we're in a free country. We don't want to hurt him. We don't want to cause any bad things. Habibi, if you're not going to rebuke him now, the end and the result is going to be his son that they're going to get killed. שמעתם מה כתוב פה? So what's the best thing to do? Give rebuke. להביא תוכחה. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the reason why the Mabul took place, אומר שלמה, כי השם נתן להם לשחוק. Do, it's okay. לא טוב. תן להם תוכחה. זה הקדוש ברוך הוא versus עם ישראל, הקדוש ברוך הוא לרוב, his parents and children also. If you're not going to rebuke your child, he's going to turn out an animal. And one day he's going to end up in jail. If he'll be lucky to be in jail. Some don't even get to jail because they got killed before that. צריך לדעת, טוב כעס, משחוק, תראה פנים כועסות, לחנך את הילד. Are we getting the picture right over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ida. We good? Steve? We good? I see you shaking. I don't know.
I'm shaking and enjoying it.
Oh.
This is mean when something bad happens to a person, או שזה דברים קשים קוראים לזה דבר טוב,
זה נקרא מידת המנהרות.
אבל זה אומר שמישהו שהמדברים לא רודף את הארץ, זאת אומרת שהולך לא יפה בחיים שהוא צריך לדעות.
לפעמים כן, תלוי מה. אם אדם יודע that he's not good and things are so smooth and nice, you should be worried. בהחלט שכן. Yes. If a person he knows that he is not so good and everything in life is very smooth, you should definitely worry. Yes. Yeah. But the heavy price is going to be too heavy. So if things are happening in life, we get some bumps here and there. Baruch Hashem, it's only that, and be happy and consider it as a wake-up call. Just get closer to him very quick. Very quick. But no, he loves you. You know why? כאת אשר יאהב השם יוכיח. Whoever Hashem loves, He gives him rebuke. If you don't, it means you don't like him. But if you see somebody gets a little here and there, if you have some issues in life, take it as a hug and a kiss. He cares about you, he loves you. Isaac, I see some thoughts. Okay.
Some things are starting to make sense.
Huh?
So
It's starting, it was different before. Okay, it's a good thing. Whatever reason you want, it's just a good thing. אומר פה רודפת, אל יצטער. אל יצטער, אל תהיה עצוב. You know why? You're better off getting now a wake-up call, and Be'ezat Hashem, you're going to wake up, and everything is going to be smooth, and just let things go, and then one day, boom, it's going to blow out. This is between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Am Yisrael, us, and it's also parents and children. There is a known story that some thief was caught, and he stole something from the palace, the king. And then what happens? ישר למיטה, תרגע, צריכים להרוג אותו, לתלות אותו. But you know you have the last wish, right? What's your last wish? I want to see my mother. Yeah, I want to see my mother before I die. Okay? Got hundreds of thousands of people came to the center of the city. See, they're going to take this guy, they're going to hang him in minutes. But he wanted to see his mother. So the king gave him permission. So he can go ahead and see his mother. So they bring his mother, as she sees her son, he sees his mother, comes to hug her. As he was about to hug her, he bites her ear and pulls it down. Now it's really serious. Now it's really serious. You're a thief, it's one thing. You taking your mother's ear down. So the king said, this is something fishy. I want to know what's going on with you. So takes the guy, tells him, Habibi, I know you're a mess, but what's going on with you? Why do you did this to your mother? Why? I'll tell you why. You know why I'm getting hanged in a few minutes? It's because of her. Why? When I was a little kid, 10, 11, I used to steal from my teacher. From the drawer and steal things from his drawer. And the school told my mother, didn't do anything. She let things go. Later on, I stole from the neighbors, bike and other things. She knew I love my son. He's a good kid. I became an animal because of her. Instead of she heard and she did nothing. Look what happened to me now. I'm not even 30 and I'm going to lose my life. It's her fault. שמעתם? האוזן ששמעה that I'm a troublemaker, I'm a thief, and she did nothing. I grew up an animal, behemoth. Look what happened to me. A monster. It's her fault. צריך לדעת, לחנך. My mother's line is the best line. הורים רעים מגדלים ילדים טובים. הורים טובים מגדלים ילדים רעים. שמעת? עוד פעם. Let's repeat the line. Isaac. Horim ra'im, bad parents raise good children. Good parents raise bad children. Shemata? You hear this? Sometimes my wife, she has discussion with my mother about Chinuch. And she tell her things that it sounds, oh, how could I do that? Do it. How? And she tells her the line, Horim Ra'im, bad parents, they raise good children. And she tells them, what do you think about us? What do you think 11 kids just grew up like this on the trees? Horim Ra'im, we were sometimes bad. The kids saw us, wow, my mother, she's so bad, so mean. But at the end, the result, you see. Don't give in, give him a punish, put him in timeout. You're not going on a trip, let him cry. At the end, he'll turn to become a mensch. And we have to know this. We have to know discipline in the house. It's not bad, it's good. And the most stupid things that I can tell you today, in Chinuch, when a kid comes home and there's an issue with a Rebbe or teacher, and the parents right away, they take their son's side. And when they call, it's not to find out what happened, it's to yell or to blame the teacher or the Rebbe. Where's your brain? And the worst is, you're sitting on a Shabbat table and you're talking about the school and about the teachers and about the rabbis. Whatever claim, whatever ta'ana you have against, it doesn't matter. You don't say it in front of the children. Because once this kid feels that the father or the mother is on their side and the Rebbe or the teacher are not, they're not super right, Habibi, there is no way this kid is going to accept from his teacher, rabbi, whatever he needs to learn. He always going to see him above him. So how can he accept anything from him? He'll never. The only way to accept is when you see how your parents speak so highly about the rabbi, about the teacher. And yes, there is issues. I'm not saying there isn't. On the side, you talk to them. But the avira should be, how can you do that in class? How can you be, disrespect? How can you answer your rabbi or teacher in class? How can you? That should be the message. But you don't take a side and stick with the son against. You're going to lose it. About 10 years ago, I had a student. He's a kid one out of 7. All boys. And he was the Bechor. He's the oldest. 7 boys. 7 boys. MashaAllah, 7 boys. And he's the oldest. And he was a wacko, this guy. He was a majnoon. He was a nuts. He was very smart. He was in the honor class. Smart, very. But he was a crazy kid. If he gets a little upset, he'll take the desk, turn it upside down, bang the walls, break it. I'm sugar. But he was smart and cute. And in his mother's eyes, he is an angel. Remember, he's the oldest, Bechor. He's a Baya. And I had him as a student. And I was not easy on this kid at all. And disciplined by me, Isaac. Huh? You remember? Yeah. And that kid was a big challenge. But I wouldn't take any garbage with this kid. I was on top of him. But the best was Rabbi Salem. He is one of the office big guys over there. And they would just go down on him and never let him go. But his mother ruined him. Today, listen to this. if he wants to get married, his mother said, how can I let you? How can he be a husband? Most of that specific grid, most of the kids, I can tell you, are married with kids. He is from the few kids, not only that they're not married, but he has nothing to do with it throughout the day. He cannot go to work because he's not going to listen. He cannot work. He cannot even go to work with his father because he doesn't listen to his father. He has no discipline. He comes late. He has an attitude. Who wants to take him? Today, when the other children I teach, the mother's quiet. She saw what happened to the first one. She lost him. So the rest, she's hoping to have a good relationship with them, to raise them normal, which Baruch Hashem they are. They are Baruch Hashem. But where's the first one? Allah. And I'm telling you, we blame the mother. He was a troublemaker. And instead of put him, take him. There is Otzar. One of his biggest thing was baskets. Basket. He loved to play basketball. Basketball. And he was a good player. I cannot say he wasn't. And we wanted to take him out of the team. Because this is the only thing that we knew he's going to turn him nuts. And if you'll take him out of that team, wow, it's like you killed him. And that's the only way we have a chance to put him on the right path. But the mother wouldn't let. You want them? A kid who was a troublemaker. Mama, he was a crazy kid. He was a mama's crazy kid. His mother wouldn't let him take him out of the team. No, yes, hey, okay, so whatever, he's not going to play with his phone for 10 hours. זה נקרא טוב כעס. לפעמים כעס is good. Why? כי ברוע הפנים, sometimes you show a bad face, ייטב לב, יהיה לך טוב. Are we good? נמשיך. פסוק ד' מיץ'.
לב חכמים בבית אבל ולב כסילים בבית שמחה.
לב חכמים בבית אבל ולב כסילים בבית שמחה. אומר רש"י, לב חכמים מחשבתם על יום המיטה. מחשבה על יום המיטה. Smart people, אנשים חכמים, they always think what's going to be the end. And that's why they are always calm. And that's why they don't do mistakes. And that's why they don't mess up. And that's why it keeps them calm and down, not to get angry and not to do silly things, because they always think, Maya Sof, if that's what the Hachamim think, learn from them. You should learn from. If you want to become a good business person, a businessman, go to the rich people, sit next to them, and learn. If you want to become a hacham, sit next to a hacham, and you become hacham. If you want to succeed in life, go watch people who succeeded, and they reached very far. Go sit next to them, and watch them, and copy them. That's the way to succeed. And if you want to be a dumb, just see what the dumb people do. And the way is very easy. אומר שלמה המלך, לב חכמים, הלב, איפה הלב? Meaning, הוא לא אומר שהחכם, he goes to the bed evel all day long. He says, איפה הלב? Where is his thoughts? איפה המחשבה שלו? בבית אבל. Not that he's depressed, not that he's down or sad, but all he says, halev, his thoughts are in a place of masof. Masof. Sometimes you hear people, they do things in the very presence. Why? Lama עשיתי. למה? הוא לא חשב. הוא לא חשב. אם היה חושב, אם היה, לא היה עושה שטויות. אבל הוא לא חשב. אבל בלב כסלים, בבית שמחה. אומר רש"י, אין חרדים מיום המיטה. הם לא מפחדים מיום המיטה. וליבם, in their hearts, בריא כאולם. חזק כמו אולם. לא חוזרים בתשובה. שמעתם מה כתוב? לא מפחדים. They don't think. לא מפחדים.
כאולם?
כן.
מה זאת אומרת פה עולם?
האולם, ההיכל של בבית המקדש, היה חזק. היה בריא חזק מאוד. So he says, הלב של הרשעים חזק לחזור בתשובה. זה נקרא לב כסלים. נמשיך על הפסוק עידן. טוב לשמוע. יפה מאוד. אומר שלמה המלך, טוב לשמוע גערת חכם. You better off going to the Bet Midrash and take in a tochecha, a rebuke from the Hacham. Maybe that second, you're not going to be happy with it. Maybe you're going to be a little upset. How can you say that? It's not right. No, coherently. It's good. It's good to hear someone who gives you rebuke. It's so good for you. Because that ge'ara, that rebuke that you're going to hear from a hacham, that second that you're upset, or if you go to a class, yes, the class, maybe it sounded a little depressed. Talks about life, especially when we're talking about Sefer Kohelet. Sefer Kohelet is not Megillat Esther. Sefer Kohelet is not about the stories and the beautiful stories. This is about life. And sometimes when you hear about how life is harbe havalim, it makes you think, then why? Then why should I do this? And why should I go there? It's worthless. So maybe it's not good to hear that. Because at the end, it's going to bring you so much simchat nefesh. It's going to bring you simchat nefesh, content. You want to be content? You have to know this. Take rebuke from people. Take it. Don't run away. Never run away. It hurts, but take it in. Because you could only grow out of this. You could only grow. מספחה? אני בשוחטה.
במקל, לא מקל ככה.
But you know why Marco is so nice?
Oh, yeah.
אתם מבינים אותי? קבל את זה, and people today, they don't want to hear anything. They don't want to hear. It's so sad. People are adults. They don't. It's sad that you don't. They don't. I hear you want to answer. You have something to say. No? Okay. אומר טוב לשמוע גערת חכם, מאיש שומע שיר כסילים. ההוא הולך לשמוע איזה סינגר, איזה זמר. יש לך פה שיעור תורה, ויש לך זמר. שר שמה שירי אהבה. You hear this? Wasting time. לא עושה כלום. ומה יצא? With nothing. לשמוע גערת חכם, it's something so special. You know why? Because the ga'ara, the rebuke that you get from somebody that cares about you, it's going to turn you to become a better person. וזה שמחה אמיתית, זה אמת. אמת. למה אנשים לא אוהבים לשמוע מוסר? Why people don't like to hear מוסר? Why people don't want to learn מוסר? למה? You know what is מוסר? The meaning of מוסר. אריאל, מה פירוש מילת מוסר?
לא?
מוסר, מוסר.
זה מסר. זאת אומרת, זה something...
זה אגדה. מוסר.
Guidance or turning?
כמעט. Yeah, אבל מוסר. Why it's called מוסר?
Reins. חוסרות.
Okay, that's not bad, that's nice. אבל מוסר comes from the shorish of לייסר, the ייסורים. מוסר, the ייסורים. Do you know what is the ייסורים? Every person thinks about himself. I'm 80% okay. Steve, is it true? A person thinks about himself, I'm 80% okay. It's a matter of 20%. I mean, there is always, room for, to prove it, to be a little better. But 80%, everybody thinks about themselves outside, that he's okay.
That's why you get married, no?
Meaning
Just to remind yourself that you're.
that you're not 80%, you're 45.
You're not okay.
See that? Do you know what is Musar? Just open Sefer Mesilat Yesharim. Just go through their introductions, see what's going on over there, and give yourself, once you read, maybe 20. And then the person says, wow, I'm below. I thought I'm great. I thought I'm a tzaddik. I thought I'm a great, I'm a perfect person. No, I'm lazy. I'm so lazy. פתאום אתה רואה, מהתפילה לפי ההלכה, it's really bad. בכלל לא עושה טוב. פתאום מהברכות, זה בכלל לא מה שאני חושב. פתאום מהאמינים בעמידה, אני בכלל לא עונה כמו שצריך. פתאום, as you start to dig, why not? It's a different, you know the pictures before and after? This is exactly about the other way picture. Just switch the pictures. זה מוסר. And people that don't want to hear that they're not good. People want to feel, they want to hear, I'm great. Do you know why when a wife tells her husband something and they know us so well? Oh, and sometimes she says, wow, boom, she aimed the target right there, Isaac. It's a kohev. And we get angry, we don't talk for 2 days. Now, if you'll be so honest with yourself, do you know why we don't talk for 2 days? Because she said something true. And it hurts. Yeah. It hurts so much. And your pride, wow, just crash. And it's like a line that you just, boom, you shot him. He's dead. And it hurts. It hurts because they emit, they koev. Now, if you're a true person, take it in. Take it in. And let me think, what can I do? This is a true avodah. That's a work. And it takes a lot of kahot. And someone that is a ben aliyah, he's not going to see his wife as his enemy. Some things the wife is an enemy. The other way around, your wife, she is your mirror. This is you. It hurts. אבל תקבל את האמת. תגיד לעצמך, wow, thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem for giving me such a great wife. You know why? Because if I am wrong, and many times we are wrong, we just cannot admit, but we are wrong. Take it and remember, polish your diamond, your neshama here, because up there in Shamayim, you're going to win. Because the same way you can leave the world, that's how you're going to look up there in Shamayim.